Good morning on this nice, cool Sunday morning, and welcome to our CSL Parker community. Every Sunday, there is a 20-minute guided meditation right here, and welcome all of you new people. I would encourage everyone to take advantage of that. You just come out of there with peace in your heart. The theme for our July services is Living Everyday Wonder Relationships. Next Sunday, though, July 24th, we have a guest speaker. Okay? So Reverend David Howard will be here delivering our message entitled A Firm Foundation. Reverend David is an ordained Unity minister and also a recording artist. His first release was Spark, and his second one is called Coming Home. In addition, he is the author of In This Moment, Prayers from the Well of Awareness. And so we'll all welcome him next weekend and looking forward to his message. Again,
Excuse me, can I say something?
Yes.
Reverend David Howard is a personal friend of mine, and I've been singing with him for a decade. And you will not want to miss hearing him. He's just complete heart and soul and love and joy.
Thank you. And that was from our amazing artist, Robert Anderson. And I'm walking in this direction, and I know I'm out of the picture here, but over on this table here is Robert Anderson's table. And right there are CDs that after the service, he will be glad to meet with you and show you what he has in case you're interested in buying one of those for his to listen to at home. If you're interested in ushering, please see Kenny Johnson. It's on a volunteer basis. And remember that prayer changes things. Spiritual request, normally there's chairs set up here that you can meet with a practitioner after the service or before the service. And again, prayer is pretty important. It's where we go deep within, and these people know how to guide us and listen and help us be pointed in the right direction. So thank you for all of our practitioners and all the years of work that you've done to get to where you are to help us with that. Let's see here. We have a metaphysical. Wayne has mentioned that before about helping out if you metaphysical supper club. So if you're interested in hosting something at your home and having people from the community come in there and have dinner, normally people bring separate dishes, and the host usually kind of brings the main course, if I'm remembering correctly. So Wayne is right here. Does everybody know Wayne? There he is. All right. And Reverend Stephanie has a blog post on her website right now for July, which is Sabbath Day is Any Day. And she can help us with pastoral counseling and creating rituals for your life. And she would love to hear from you or me or us, right? Yep, there we go. And the Parker Arts Summer Concerts are still going on at Discovery Park every Thursday, July 28th. They go from 6:30 to 8. They're free. You just bring your own chairs or whatever it is that you'd like to sit on. That didn't come out right, did it? You know what? Maybe you guys should cut my salary. Okay. So Reverend Stephanie is going to be leading our interested members and friends to an outing at the Denver Art Museum on Saturday, August the 6th at 10 a.m. You need to purchase your tickets in advance. And if you have any questions about it, see Reverend Stephanie. And again, I just want to make a mention of thank you for all those donations to the Colorado Pet Pantry. And our services can be viewed on Zoom. If you have friends that that haven't been here that would like to see what we do, refer them to the site, and they can see a little bit about what we do here every week. And then I want to leave you with this. You guys know I'm all about love. And so love is the most difficult thing in the world, but it's also the easiest. It is the most difficult because you have so many attachments and expectations that block its flow towards you and from you. It is the easiest because when you drop these attachments and expectations, even for a moment, love comes to you and emanates from you spontaneously and without effort. And I know that we're talking about other people, but sometimes I do that to myself. We forget to love ourselves for the right reasons and expectations we put on ourselves. So with that, have a blessed day, and I will bring the mic to Reverend Stephanie. And we will have music from our wonderful guest and our beautiful band.
Thank you. Good morning. I'm Robert, and I can't think of another place where I'd rather be this morning than right here. So about the love thing, I think this will help. This song might help. I'm sure you already know this song, but we're going to learn the words real quick. Now, when I learn words for this song, I like to use my finger. It helps me remember. So, repeat after me. I love myself so much. I love myself so much. Now, I use the finger. You got to use the finger. That I can love you so much. That I can love you so much. That you can love you so much. That you can love you so much. That you can start loving me. Oh my God. So if you get confused, just watch Lisa. She knows exactly what to do.
Yep.
Here we go. I love myself so much. I love myself so much that I can love you. That I can love you so much that you can love me. That you can love you so much that you can start. That you can start loving me. Oh, that was beautiful. Let's do that again. I love myself so much that I can love you so much that you can love me. That you can love you so much that you can start loving me. Here we go again, sing it. I love myself so much. I want you to turn to somebody close and sing this song to them. Because if we're going to love somebody, then we got to actually do it.
Yeah.
So keep one eye on them and one eye on Lisa, and you'll be cross-eyed. Here we go. I love myself so much that I can love you. That I can love you so much that you can love you. That you can love you so much. You can start loving me. All right. Pick somebody else. We're going to not stop until you've done it with every person here. Here we go. I love myself so much. I love myself so much that I can love you. That I can love you so much that you can love you. That you can love you so much that you can start. You can start loving me. All right, keep that same person. And we're not going to sing it this time. We're just going to point.
Okay.
Here we go. I love myself so much. Do 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 do. That you. That you. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'll sing it with me. I love myself so much that I can love you. That I can love you so much that you can love you. That you can love you so much that you can start loving me. Now we're loving each other.
All right. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Thank you, Robert Anderson. Welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Parker. I'm Reverend Stephanie Stewart. Here at Center for Spiritual Living Parker, we envision a world that is inspired, transformed, and awakened to its spiritual magnificence. And it is our mission to provide spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. We fulfill our mission with this Sunday service by offering classes and workshops throughout the week and by being of service to both the town of Parker and to the larger world. Now, we have found our charity for our August. We have a flyby? Wow. We have found our charity for our August collection drive. We will be, once I get the list, we will be collecting for the, Joe, help me out, for the, no, not the Crisis Center, for the, it just went right out of my head and I didn't write it down, I'm sorry. The Denver Homeless Coalition is the word I couldn't come up with, I'm sorry. But the Denver Homeless Coalition is what we'll be collecting for in August. So as soon as I get the list, that's who we'll be collecting for in August. So if you are with us for the first time, is anybody with us for the very first time? Josh, do you want to, I think we should probably give Josh a welcome packet. Let's give Josh a welcome packet, yeah. Does Josh, you have a welcome packet already? Okay. He's already got his welcome packet. No, Nancy's got one though. Oh, Josh needs a flower too. Thank you, okay. So Josh, if you haven't already filled out the welcome card, have you filled out the welcome card? Okay, go ahead and fill out the welcome card. And that lets us know a little bit about you, and that gets you onto our email newsletter that lets you know all the things that are happening. We have a lot of things happening in August especially. Joe mentioned the art museum. We're also going to Douglas County Pride, and we also have the picnic coming up. The picnic coming up at the Johnson's house. They're kind enough to host that this year. So joining me on the podium today will be Colleen DeVries to offer our interfaith candle lighting, our spiritual reading, and an invocation. Lighting our candles today will be Amy Schmidt. Colleen and Amy are both licensed prayer practitioners. Our practitioners can be identified by their white and gold stoles. Practitioners have gone through 4 years of training to be able to see the spiritual truth of any situation for you. So you can sit with our practitioners and you can talk with them, ask them to pray with you, and they will see the spiritual truth of your situation. So I urge you to find a practitioner after service today and sit with them, talk with them, and have them pray with you. So now it's time for a little more great music from our CSL Parker Band, and of course, the one and only Robert Anderson.
Thank you, Stephanie. So repeat after me. I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light.
I am a light
I am a light
in this world,
in this world.
and I shine so bright.
I shine so bright.
We don't need overheads. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so beautiful. That was written by my friend Donna Michael, who's the minister, CSL minister in Nashville. Let's do that again. I'm alive. I am alive. I am alive. I am a light in this world. I am alive. I am alive. I am a light in this world. And I shine. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine. first verse one more time. And then let's just forget about me being up here and let's forget that it's a song and sing it like a prayer. I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. I am a light, I am a light, I am a light in this world. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright. And I shine, and I shine, and I shine so bright.
All right, we're on. We're bright. All this light, all this shining. This is awesome. And now we're just going to add to it. We're going to light some candles and even more light in here. And Amy, thank you so much for assisting. So here, as this Center of Spiritual Living Parker, we honor all paths to the divine. So this candle lighting service, it actually highlights 7 of those paths. And our theme this month is relationships. And so let's just take and light each one of these candles. The first one, we light that to honor Christianity. When someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. We light the second candle to honor new thought. How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. We light the third candle to honor Hinduism. Love does not claim possession, but it gives freedom. We light the fourth candle to honor Buddhism. Health is the greatest gift, contentment the greatest wealth, and faithfulness the best relationship. We light the fifth candle to honor humanism. Peace is not a relationship of nations. It's a condition of mind that's brought about by a serenity of our souls. We light the sixth candle to honor Judaism. Love is a striking example of how little reality means to us, and we shine. And we light that seventh and final candle to honor Native American beliefs. Certain things catch your eye, but pursue only those that capture your heart. I guess I've left it up to God which one I should pick up and read today because I looked through all of them last night. But I want to ask you a question. When I dropped those books, what was the thought in your mind? Did your thought go to, oh wow, she's really clumsy? Or did your thought go to compassion to say, how could I help her? Because we are all about compassion. Compassion in our relationships. And I used the Spirit of God last night to pick out the perfect reading for us today. And the Spirit guided me to this one. It comes out of a book that was a New York Best Time Seller book called Kitchen Table Wisdom. And it's by Rachel Remen, and she's a medical doctor. She's actually a specialist and works with cancer patients. And the title of this reading from her is A Way of Life. We are a nation of communicators, but communication is not always connection. I remember a scene in Woody Allen's movie where a group of lonely New York men sat around the table with beers, frantically talking to each other to ease their loneliness. Everyone talks at once. Gradually, they raise their voices and interrupt each other, trying to be heard. Finally, they become so desperate that they are actually spitting on each other in their efforts to connect to each other. But they never do. This scene usually gets a laugh. But I think more and more that life has become like this. These days, disconnection is a habit, a way of life. I had not really felt how isolated I was until I spent a week in Fiji. Arriving at night and unpacking, I picked up the reading material that was left in the room by the hotel management as usual and read an area under cultural differences. I was surprised to find that it's considered good, really good, manners in Fiji to acknowledge total strangers on the street. The brochure was quite specific, telling me not to be alarmed if I found myself greeted by strangers, and indeed, people would think it rude if I did not respond in kind. The proper form was to make eye contact and acknowledge each other by nodding and smiling and saying, "Bula." In the place where I was raised, New York City, such a thing would be extremely unwise. Amused, though, I decided to try it. What this means in practice is this. You walk down the street to the post office to buy a stamp for a postcard. On the way, you might pass 3 or 4 people, greeting each of one of them with a nod or a bula, and receiving their greeting back. You buy your stamp, a transaction which takes only a moment, and you're walking back. And you pass the very same people, and it's expected that you greet them again, even though you passed by only moments ago. Annoying at first, but by the end of a week, it had become second nature to me. Then I returned to the States. Rushing out to fill an empty refrigerator, I found myself on a busy street in California, all alone. No one made eye contact with me. No one greeted me. No one smiled. In some very profound way, I felt both invisible and diminished. Yet the street was totally familiar. It was my home. The Fijians are aware of a basic human law, which is God's law. We all influence one another. We are part of each other's reality. There is no such thing as passing someone and not acknowledging your moment of connection. Not letting others know their effect on you and seeing yours on them. For Fijians, connection is natural, just the way the world is made, just the way God made it. Here, as we pass each other with our lights out as ships in the night. So I'm glad our lights are on this morning. Right. So let's take this precious moment now and transition into loving prayer. And feel the energy of the people around you. The ones that already you know love you. And you already know you love you. For God created the light of love. And one of my fondest images of this is actually from E.T. When E.T. is alive, there's this light that radiates from his heart. and things around him grow and blossom. He turns on his love light. Here and now, God, knowing this oneness of God, knowing this power of God, the serenity of God, the peace of loving each other, the peace of being loved. God, we give great thanks. I give thanks to the God that I am a part of, to the God that I radiate through my smiles, my words, my touches, my hugs, my prayers, my caring for others. For here today we are connected. We are connected with our wisdom of knowing the one, the greatest truth of all. For there is one God loving us, one God laughing with us, one God proud of us, one God feeding into us the wisdom as much as we will take, one God giving us the greatest gifts of life and love and nature and everything that surrounds us and is in us, as much as we are willing to take in. For this, God, we give great thanks. We give thanks for each other. We give thanks for the spiritual leaders of the world who never give up the faith and the knowing of the truth of the one God and continue to bring that word out and about such that we may love each other and create peace in this world. So with this, take these words into your heart, into your soul, into your spirit, and join me in saying, "And so it is." Amen.
So I invite you to sing with me on the chorus to this song. It starts with the chorus, and I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Just jump right in. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Yeah. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the mothers who breathe with the Mother Earth. We are the fathers blessed with a gentle strength. Sisters and brothers respected hand in hand. Sons and the daughters who walk upon this sacred land. And we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Oh, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. Yeah, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the healers who hear the voice of the truth. We are the elders whose wisdom guides our youth. The searchers and the seekers with wings spread to the sun. The shapers and builders whose work for peace is never done. And we are the ones that we've been waiting for. Yeah, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We're givers of mercy, believers in grace, singers of great beauty, keepers of the faith. We are the sailors who come back through the storm. We are the dreamers resting in God's arms. The dancers and lovers who move beneath the stars. The masters and teachers whose visions remind us who we are, and we are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Oh, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. Right time. We are the ones that we've been waiting for.
Well, I can say everything is in divine right order this morning between the reading and the music and what I have to talk about today. Boy, just all right together. So good morning. Today's talk is called You and Me Create Society. You and Me Create Society. Now, society's kind of scary these days, no? I mean, we feel pretty divided. I mean, do you even feel like you can talk to your neighbor? Maybe, maybe not. But I don't want to focus on the fear, because what we give our attention to, that's what grows. So I don't want to focus on the fear. I have an affirmation I want to offer you. Okay, I have what I think is a very powerful affirmation I want to offer you. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. Within society. Not for society, but within it. I'm not a force outside working on society, but I am within it. In my own way as God expressing. But also recognizing that we have to do this collectively as well. We have to do this collectively as well. We are catalysts of love together, or else our society fails. If we don't do it together, society fails. Ernest Holmes said this. Let me find it real quick here. Ernest Holmes said this: Unity is the basis of all that there is. Unity is the basis of all that there is. There is but one God, but one mind, but one spirit, and but one power. When I embody myself and my thoughts selfishly, I am separating myself from that which I think would be my good. You may think this is a very subtle thing and could not be the reason for so much trouble, yet it is the foundation of most of our troubles. I am unconsciously separating myself from my good. When I embody myself and my thoughts selfishly, I am separating myself from that which I think would be my good. In other words, if I only think of myself and my wants and my needs, and not my place in society, and not what is happening around me and what others might want or need around me, I'm actually missing out on the best of what life might offer me. Last week I said nothing thrives in isolation. Nothing thrives in isolation. I think that got missed. I accidentally pressed a lot of buttons last week. You talk about money and volunteering and things like that, and I think people can get kind of triggered a little bit. But the most important thing I said last week is that nothing thrives in isolation. Whether it's cancer cells, which we want to isolate and not have them thrive, or it's human beings, which obviously we don't want them to be isolated and we do want them to thrive. Nothing thrives in isolation. So what does a spiritually mature society do to make sure no human being is isolated? What does a spiritually mature society do to make sure no human being is isolated? What do we do to make sure we are all allowed to thrive? I'm talking about a world that works for all of us, aren't I? These are hard questions that don't have easy answers. And honestly, if you're sitting there kind of wanting to be fed the answers, kind of like a baby bird, the science of mind and spirit, the philosophy that we teach here, it's very participatory. And this center is very participatory. We call it open at the top. The science of mind and spirit is called open at the top. What does that mean? That means it's constantly evolving. What we teach is constantly evolving. Okay? And it isn't just because of practitioners and ministers. It is because all of us that consider the philosophy, the society that studies the philosophy, we all talk about it, and we all change it. We all cause it to evolve. We all come up with the answers. It's one of the reasons I love the philosophy. It really is for all of us to participate in. It's for all of us to ask questions and offer answers in. So how do we make sure no one is isolated, and how do we make sure we're all allowed to thrive? Yes, I'm going to offer some answers, but I'm going to ask you too. So let it spin in your head for a little bit. I look forward to your insights, and I am going to ask you. Hot seat. Now, if we're all powerful catalysts of love within our greater society, how do we make sure no human being is isolated? How do we make sure we are all allowed to thrive? Let's first turn to our senses. Let's first turn to our senses. Sight. Sight. How can we see God in everyone? That one might be kind of hard, huh? It's hard to see God in someone you don't really like, isn't it? Is it possible? Sure. Let me tell you a story of the impossible made possible. Okay, October 2nd, 2006, you may remember this story. October 2nd, 2006, Nickel Mines, an old order Amish community in Bart County, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. A gunman took 10 girls ages 6 through 13 hostage in a one-room schoolhouse. He shot 8 of them, and he killed 5 of them before killing himself. It's easy to envision that Amish community feeling hatred for the man who perpetrated the crime. And yet on the day of the shooting, a grandfather of one of the murdered Amish girls was heard warning some of the younger relatives to not hate the shooter, whose last name was Roberts. He said, "We must not think evil of this man." Another Amish father said, he was quoted as saying, he had a mother and a wife and a soul, and now he's standing before a just God. Jack Meyer was a member of the Brethren community that lived near the Amish in Lancaster County, and he said, "I don't think there's anybody here that wants to do anything but forgive and not only reach out to those who have suffered a loss in that way, but to reach out to the family of the man who committed these acts." Roberts' family spokesperson said an Amish neighbor comforted the Roberts family. That one Amish man held Roberts' father for an hour as he sobbed. They did nothing but extend forgiveness to them. They set up a charitable fund for the family. 30 members of the Amish community attended his funeral. His widow was one of the few outsiders invited to the funeral of one of the victims. and his widow, Marie Roberts, wrote an open letter to the Amish neighbors thanking them for their forgiveness, their grace, and their mercy. She wrote, "Your love for our family has helped to provide the healing we so desperately need. Gifts you've given have touched our hearts in a way no words can describe. Your compassion has reached beyond our family, beyond our community, and is changing our world, and for this, we sincerely thank you." Forgiveness, compassion, grace, faith. These things allowed the Nickel Mines Amish community to see God at work. It allowed them to see God in the Roberts family. They became powerful catalysts for love in a society they normally don't even function in. Forgiveness, compassion, grace, and faith. When we see God in another, we can't keep them out of society. We can't keep them out of our hearts. And healing comes from that. The Science of Mind book says we cannot afford to hold personal animosities or enmities against the world or individual members of society. All thoughts are outside the law. Love alone can beget love. Love alone can beget love. Love alone can beget love. How else can we make sure no human being is isolated? How can we make sure we're all allowed to thrive? How about this? Ask. How about we ask? How about we don't say, "Oh, you poor thing, here, take this, whatever we think you need." But we ask, "How best can I be of service to you?" Do you know what Kiva is? K-I-V-A, Kiva. Do you know what Kiva is? Okay, Kiva is a nonprofit organization with the mission of expanding financial access to help underserved communities thrive. They crowdsource microloans for the 1.7 billion people around the world that can't access the financial services they need. Students can pay for tuition, women can start businesses, farmers can invest in equipment, families can afford emergency care. You can lend as little as $25 and be part of the solution in someone's life. And it's not because you know what they need, it's because you trust that they know what they need. You asked, they answered. That's how society works. That's a society that works. And that's what our philosophy teaches. We are each unified with one another and with God. Again, from the Science of Mind book, Spirit is always flowing into us and ever expressing itself through us. This self-expression of God is also the self-expression of humans, for the two are one. The I am is both individual and universal. All individuality merges into universality. All forms are rooted in one common creative mind, and the Spirit of God is the Spirit of us all. We are each God in action. We are each God in action. We can each be a powerful catalyst of love within our society. We have but to see God in everyone and ask how we can be of service to others. What are some other ways? What are some other ways we can make sure no human being is isolated? How do we make sure we are all allowed to thrive? Oh, you're on the hot seat. It's your time. Talk to me. Think about it a little bit. How can we make sure no one is isolated? How can we make sure everyone's allowed to thrive? Please? Just invite. Make them a part of it. Invite them in. Invite them in. That's great, Denise. How else?
Follow the way of Fiji. A look in the eye and a smile on your face, and bless their day.
Bless their day. Invite them in, yes. Look them in the eye. Absolutely. The way of Fiji. Thank you, Dave. How else? How else can we make sure people are not isolated? Have a conversation with them. Being a powerful catalyst for love within our society. Please? Practice namaste. The God in me sees God in you. The part of God that's in me sees the part of God that's in you. This is a great calling on our society today. This is a great calling on our society today. How can we make sure no human being is isolated? How do we make sure that everyone is allowed to thrive? We teach oneness. We teach that we are all one with God and with one another. Now, sometimes that can be hard to see. But practices like forgiveness and compassion, things like grace and faith, can help us see God in others. Being of service to others can help us see God in them, and seeing God in others can help us see God in ourselves. Being of service reminds us of God within. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. Within society. Being within a society means we allow ourselves to potentially be changed by that society. We see our place within it and understand perhaps we need to be changed. How we think, how we act, how we simply are. Our hearts expand because of where we are and who we are in society. Because we are powerful catalysts of love within that society that we allowed to change us. We are not static beings. We are constantly changing and evolving, just like our philosophy. God is coming to know itself better more and more as we grow. It doesn't just happen on the meditation cushion. That happens in society. That happens as we interact with others. Change can be very uncomfortable. We want to fight it and withdraw and point fingers, and the thing we really have to do is keep loving. That's how we stay powerful catalysts. That's how we become powerful catalysts, not just for love, but for loving change. For change that makes the world better for everyone. That's how we make sure people don't end up isolated. That's how we make sure everyone gets a chance to thrive. Our philosophy teaches oneness. You and I are one, and we are all one with God. And that can be tough to grasp. We sure look separate. But let's try working with that affirmation together. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. We can really make change in our community when we view ourselves that way. Powerful catalysts of love. Nothing thrives in isolation. Not us, not anyone else, not ideas, not love. We have to carry it out the door with us. These ideas of the science mind and our love for ourselves, for one another, and for these teachings. And we have to carry that love into a society that might not always understand us, but needs us anyway. It needs our love, it needs our ideas, and it needs our power. It needs our fierce love. It needs the power of our love. I think we're a very heartfelt group of people. We might not always know what to do with all this love we carry around, but I'm hoping you'll take on this affirmation and move forward with me. I am a powerful catalyst of love within society. It's true, and I see it in you. We have the chance to change society from the inside out with our love and with our ideas. Shall we? Will you pray with me? I just center myself in this place knowing that the God of love is simply here. Simply here and now in this place, this time, this moment, flowing through me. I know that God is. And I rest in it. I rejoice in it. I am a part of it, and it is all of me. Because that is true for me, it is true for all of us here. But the God that loves simply, the God that loves gently, and the God that loves fiercely is this God right now. And it is a blessing. It is a blessing on our lives. The veil is thin. And I see clearly what we are. Powerful catalysts of love. We move out into this world, big-hearted, making change. I say yes to us. God, I say yes to us. To all that we are, all that we can become. Just because we love, it's more than enough. It's more than enough to sweep through and make change. Make the change we desire to see. More than any other emotion, the love that swells up in us is more than enough to make the change we want to see. It is who we are. And it is God-driven. And I say yes to it. And so I release this. I just release this into a law that only knows yes. It only says yes. I release this and I let it go. Because it is done. And so it is.
We are the ones that we've been waiting for. We are the ones that we've been waiting for. Yes, we are the ones that we've been waiting for. Oh.
We are the ones we've been waiting for. So now it's time for our offering. Please know that your gifts and your offerings are used responsibly as we fulfill our mission, providing spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. Your money changes the community of Parker, and it changes the world. Money is God in action. There are many ways to do good works, and your giving is one of those ways. So please take your gift into your hand, or if you give electronically as I do, please take your gift into your heart and affirm with me. I give this gift for you. I give this gift for me. Together we are community. Together we prosper. And so it is.
Shower the people you love with love and show them the way you feel. Things are gonna work out fine if you only will. Oh, shower the people you love with love. Show them the way that you feel. Things aren't gonna be much better if you only will.
And thank you, Kathleen, for your work as the usher today. Appreciate your service. So I know that those who give are now a little more open to receive, and I know that these offerings go out and do great work in the world, and that we are blessed by them, and so it is. So I want to thank everyone who served in any way today. Thank you to our practitioners, to our camera operator, Renee Lapine, and a special thank you to Robert Anderson and to our amazing CSL Parker Band. Thank you to all of you for being here today. Please make sure you sit down with a practitioner after service today and get your prayer on. Let's have one last, get your prayer on. Let's have one last, join me in one last prayer, and then we will have some more music. So I know here and now we are a place of love. We are a place of love, divine guidance. I know that. I know I love this place. I know I love this place and that I'm blessed by this place. I know we go out into the world and we do good work. I know we are a blessing, and I know we are blessed. And so it is. Have a great week, everybody.
So I'm going to sing a line, and I want you to just sing that line right back at me. Are you ready? Okay, good. And as your minister said, I'd like you to just take this song out the door with you. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. Let me hear you. I cannot but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do. I cannot do all the good that the world needs, but the world needs all the good that I can do.
There's a reason for the sunshine sky, and there's a reason why I'm feeling so high. Must be the season when that love light shines all around us. So let that feeling grab you deep inside and send you reeling where your love can't hide, and then go stealing through the moonlit nights with your lover. Just let your love flow like a mountain stream, and let your love grow with the smallest of dreams, and let your love show, and you'll know what I mean. It's the season. Let your love fly like a bird on the wing, and let your love find you to all living things, and let your love shine, and you'll know what I mean. That's the reason. There's a reason for the warm, sweet nights, and there's a reason for the candle lights. Must be the season when those love lights shine all around us. So let that wonder take you into space and lay you under its loving embrace. Just feel the thunder as it warms your